Hi, everyone. I really hope you're all doing well. I felt compelled to talk about when someone thinks you will never recover. Okay? When someone thinks you will never recover. If anybody out there has been through, feeling right now, betrayed by someone you loved, like really loved, and gave your full trust, this is for you, okay? There was a person, I was in a relationship in the past. I'm not talking about the past. There's a point to this. But a past person thought I would never recover from the heartbreak. It was very abrupt. I was given 6 hours to move out. Thank God my son was old enough and was living on his own. Can you imagine if he was a baby and I had 6 hours to take care of him and pack and get movers and find a place to live, blah, blah, blah? Come on. I've lived a very interesting road. And there's many more stories. I want to help somebody out there that I've already gone through things. And from these things, I've gained such wisdom. And I want to share my wisdom with you. And actually, my name, ironically, means wisdom. So if any of you have felt betrayed by someone you loved and gave your full trust to, this is for you, okay? My past person thought I would never recover from heartbreak. Never. He thought, right? He never. Would never recover from the betrayal, right? Get back on my feet without him. I don't know. I just say thank you, God, for my strength and my courage. Because I refused to let the pain define me and refused to let it determine when my life stops having meaning. I determine that, nobody else. It's my life, my choices. Right? Instead, I turned the heartbreak into power. He was the opposite of me. Okay? Opposites do attract. But he had a dark presence about him. I have a glowing presence about me because I vibrate high. Do I get down at times? Absolutely. I'm human. But you got to lift yourself back up again. And if you get into a slump, hopefully you're with someone or know someone who can get you out of your slump, because that's important, okay? So he had a dark presence. I'm glowing. I'm high vibration, right? Hopeful kind of person. He was constantly battling with his own challenges, okay? His shadows from his past, right? Any past traumas. We've all been there. And if anybody says they hasn't, okay. If they haven't, they're bullshitting, period. I'm not talking about that anymore. I was constantly drained around him. I was feeling such lack of energy, okay? He was draining me, absorbing my light and my energy, just sucking it from me. Whenever I was with him, that's what I felt like. Okay, my beauty took a hit. I started packing on weight. I fell into depression. Me depressed? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm one of light. There's people that suck your energy. Be cognizant of that. It's important. So I found it hard to maintain my beauty and, my physical attractiveness, my energy, because I was fucking depressed. I was exhausted. He sucked the freaking life out of me, man. Constantly, unusually drained and tired all the time. However, I started noticing him becoming more energized. His looks improved. I'm thinking, what the fudge? Right? What the hell? That was me. And now I'm him, or the previous him. What the hell? When something like this happens, you guys, that's the universe showing you that you are in a one-way connection. Okay? And that's because I gave and gave until I just couldn't give any more. What did that show me? it showed me I gave more about myself to him than he gave to me. Right? My willingness to carry the emotional weight of the relationship, it just wore me down peg by peg. I didn't even notice it until I was there at the bottom. And that's a hard place to be. I was the giver. He was the nurturer. Or sorry, my God, I can't believe I just said that. Where the F did that just come from? I take that back big time. I was the giver and the nurturer. He was taking me for granted. That's what I got in return. I gave, I nurtured, and I was taken for granted. I finally realized he took my kindness for weakness, right? He wasn't consistent with his words, his actions. One minute he's really close to me, the next minute he's distant, right? In other words, one moment he was present and another moment he's not. I was so confused. It was insane. But as time passed, right, I could see the difference in his energy, his behavior, right? And he was just so energized and blah, blah, blah. And I'm drained. That created a loneliness in my heart. I felt very alone in the connection. It just got worse and worse, but at a very slow pace. It's like a slow death or something. I constantly questioned myself, doubted things. Was this my intuition telling me to step back as he was not meant for me, right? Is that from the universe? Is the universe telling me, step back, girl? He's not meant for you. Get out now. With 6-hour notice, that's a get out now. Okay, so I stepped back. I said, you know what? Fine. He's not meant for me. Done. He's yelling, swearing at me, calling me, just cutting me down as I'm trying to pack. I just put on my AirPods, my music, in my pocket, in my shorts. I started packing, calling my friend for boxes, calling me a mover. I mean, it was fucking insane. And before that happened, to top it off, he had convinced me to sell one of my houses. And I fucking did it. Like, hello? Nobody should convince you to do fucking anything. But I allowed it. So, long story short, fine, I pulled back, found a place to stay. Thank you, God. I am truly grateful. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. He betrayed me, and I pulled away and moved out. Done. He took so much of my light, my energy, and left me completely depleted. Trust and believe. He may return. I say may because I don't know. Whatever is not meant for you, the universe is going to just reroute your life and keep those people away from you. Pay attention to that. If you've had a breakup, for instance, and you haven't heard from him for 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, whatever your number of days is, right? Don't get mad about it. Go, okay, I'm just going to pay attention to see how this relationship goes. Still be logical about it. Emotions, kill them. Have an open heart and love. I know that's the biggest emotion. You guys, follow me here, okay? But more, I know you got to be balanced and all that stuff, but I'm extremely logical, but I'm soft in my delivery. I could say harsh things to someone, but very nicely. That's where you want to be. That's balanced right throughout. You keep your cool, keep your calm. Anyway, I'm sorry I digressed. I always do, okay? If he comes back and I'm not waiting for it, I'm living my life and I'm truly grateful for my peace, my happiness, and my safety. Wow. But if he comes back, I'm prepared because he's only coming back because he misses my energy, my light, what he took from me before. He's not going to get it now. He doesn't deserve it. He just shows me he didn't deserve it. Okay, that's okay. Okay? He will try to find my energy in others, and I guarantee you, he's never going to find somebody like me. I guarantee you. Never. Okay, he was hoping for my downfall, waiting for me to return to beg, right? To chase. You think that I'm that type of person? I showed you how strong I was, you idiot. No thanks. Okay, that didn't happen, and that will never happen. I have now built a new life for myself from scratch. I'm building the life I want. It's my life. I want a good life. I'm going to build it. So after the breakup, I pulled my energy back, and not just from him, from absolutely everybody that I hung around. Everyone. I'm talking a clean slate. Okay? Why? Because it was time for me to start healing my wounds. Focus on healing. Take time for myself, right? Focus on me and get my freaking vital energies back, right? I was depleted. And by the way, you guys, men and women, if you ever walk away from someone or they walk away from you, the most powerful move you can ever make in your life is choose to walk away in silence. Nobody knows your life anymore. Complete quiet. That's how you gain your peace. Don't tell anybody anything. Just live your life. Peace will come. Everything will come. Anyway, I will remain grounded and stick to my boundaries, because boundaries are very important, as we know. Okay? I know. I truly believe, I don't think he's going to come back, because I know that God, right? God's rejection is God's protection. I need water. Sorry, 1 second. Right? God's rejection is God's protection. Trust me. Stands ground, man. This is solid. Anyway, he won't come back, right? He's not going to come back because there's been no accountability, no growth, no closure. He's only returning if he does, because he misses my light and energy. And that's what energy vampires do. That's what they need. Your energy, your light. I accepted bare minimums, man. Not anymore. I have changed completely. Be careful, just be careful of those, okay? Be careful of those who return, who act like they've all changed, they've learned their lessons, okay? Follow your intuition, your gut, your feeling. The universe is giving a blessed chance for me without that person in my life. And I'm telling you, what a blessed new story for me to live. It's beautiful. I have no guilt, no shame, regrets. It's so refreshing to start a fresh life, a fresh start in life. You guys, I've been getting blessing after blessing after blessing, miracles after miracles after miracles. I want to share this. I want everybody to get this in their life. We all deserve it. Do good. Anyway, I noticed how quickly I'm healing within the last even month. Like all of a sudden, it's very strange, right? Things are working out in my favor all the time. I'm like, oh my God. I get notices all the time from my spirit guides, whether it's dreams, premonitions, warnings. Things are starting to happen. That's a miracle. And I'll take that all day long, right? Thank you, universe. Being divinely guided and protected from my angels, I'm now getting closer to lighter and lighter and lighter, real people. These are people who I like to talk about with normal day-to-day things, okay? Not about other people. No gossip, no toxic behaviors, okay? I get so disconnected as soon as there's gossip and toxic behaviors. Like, it's just not my interest. It's just not my interest. Right? I'd feel shallow. It would be stressful for me. So I just keep that shit away from me. My life's in peace. Thank you, God. Right? Clearly, he and they, my past, like, we weren't walking the same path. Okay? Emotionally, spiritually, we were just not on the same path. So a distance took place, right? Made me feel excluded from everyone. But I didn't even get upset. I just thought, you know what? I feel excluded, but I know there's a reason for this. So whatever it may be, it will be, because I'm putting full faith in the universe. Now, I'm enjoying the stillness in my life, right? Time to take care of my own needs. I finally realized I'm not being left behind, if that makes sense, rejected, forgotten. I'll never be forgotten by the universe. Obviously, I was being led somewhere deeper and new, okay? Because the old wasn't working. Somewhere where I can't take old connections with me. Not to my new destination. I've changed way too much. Now I'm making new connections, more aligned with who I am. This new version of myself, with the growth that I've undergone, damn, goodbye old me, long gone, long gone. My new connections now relate to me. And I relate to them. They're nicer, compassionate, real. Okay? That's from the universe. Thank you, universe, for sending me new connections that are more aligned with me, right? Never chase energy that pulls away from you. Whether it's people, paths, choices, you know what I mean? But you gotta make space for the new blessed energies to enter in your life. Whether it's connections or opportunities. You're not going to get blessed unless you let go of the past. You have to let go. Walk away in silence, live your life, and watch what happens. You're going to be amazed. I guarantee it. Okay? If you hold on to what's pulling on you, and sometimes you don't even realize it, you will be the reason why your blessings are being delayed. Learn to let go. I was going to say let go, but learn to let go. Okay? I have changed my look completely. I've totally released the old version of me, man. Burdens I've been carrying, all that negative, heavy shit. And you know, transformations can start with something simple. Any small change is powerful change. When you change, you're telling the universe you're ready to see yourself differently and be 100% here for it. Right? To show up as the new version of you and still shining your light after you've healed, you've changed. Now you feel lighter, more confident. You're more open to new opportunities. Not only did he and others, I was going to say many others, there weren't many others. Not only have they broke my heart, but they betrayed my trust that left a deep wound. In my life, I've been betrayed by many, many, many people who were even close to me. Like the closest, I'm talking even family. Okay? People are never expected to disappoint and betray me. And the way they did it? Why? Because of my kindness? Because of my kindness. However, I can twist that and go, because of my kindness, I expected them to mirror the same energy back to me. Was it so hard to think that why can't somebody else be nice if you're kind to them? It was a pattern that I was in. I needed to learn a lesson. So my lesson is, closeness does not guarantee loyalty. Okay? If they were not brought up on values like love, kindness, loyalty, their upbringing, okay, of that person, who they were or does, I don't know if you guys are going to remember this. Let me try that again. Closeness doesn't guarantee loyalty. Okay? Loyalty like love, kindness, loyalty, all that shit. So the bringing up of the person, who they are, does play a major role in helping me predict if they're going to be loyal or not. Does that make sense? Don't go on the closeness. Go on their past. Because if they've dealt with it, great, they're ready. If they haven't, they're not ready. Life is simple. I was at my lowest point when I was with that person. He caught me at a vulnerable time in my life. I was dealing with personal shit, like I'm talking loss, emotional exhaustion, trying to keep myself together, and instead of lifting me up, he pulled me further down in a slow, subtle way. At first, when we met, right, it's always sweet at the beginning, right? But at first he seemed like comfort and safety, if that makes sense. Said the right things, made me feel seen, gave me a glimpse of like stability, if that makes sense, right? Gave me a glimpse of stability when everything else felt unstable. But over time, his presence became heavy, confusing. I started shrinking, trying to keep, quote unquote, the peace, his attention, and keep the relationship alive. He didn't only meet me at my lowest time in my life, but he kept me there. Okay? Only to find out there was a, what do they call it, third party, whole shitload of secrets, right? His loyalty to me didn't mean much to him. And it's not because I'm not good enough. It's because that's just who he was, who he is. He didn't understand the value of devotion, emotional maturity, or the sacredness of someone else's trust. He made me see love and relationships differently. I am much more careful now, okay? Not to trust easily and test the person many, many times before committing to them. Because my time is valuable. I'm in my late 50s. Okay, I'm in the third period of a hockey game of my life. So, I'm not wasting any time. What did he show me? He didn't have respect for me, right? And he gave me the proof of that. I've come to understand love is a choice, not a feeling. And from now on, I'm choosing differently. Because I chose out of loneliness and habit, now I choose myself, my healing, peace, and my power. I've stepped into a new timeline, man, a time of alignment where my heart, mind, and soul are learning to move as one. I've realized that being deeply in love with someone who isn't ready to meet me emotionally is a form of abandonment that I'm no longer willing to repeat. I no longer crave the old kind of love, the inconsistent, confusing, and toxic kind of love. I'm calling in something deeper, soul-honoring, and emotionally mature. Real love will come, but first, I needed to fall in love with myself. Right? I have learned from my past and am applying those lessons into my present and my future. No longer finding my worth in people, instead of I'm finding it within myself. People turn to me for relationships advice. I'll go somewhere, I don't even know a person. They'll just start talking to me about their relationship or family problems or whatever. That's because I've walked through the pain and emerged from with wisdom, you guys. The growth that I have undergone will remain grounded. So I'm not leaving a door open to going back to old patterns and people. I've stepped into a new era of freedom for myself. Freedom of expression, movement, and of just being. You guys, I have risen above so many blockages and challenges and drama and crap in my life. All because I'm high vibrational. So because of that, I need to protect my peace like it's sacred, because it is. I've worked too hard to let any chaos back into my life. I'm no longer going to carry the weight wondering if I was enough, because I am enough. I was enough and I'm still enough. If anything, I'm more now. I'm more now. I stay away from anything that makes me feel heavy, like holding on to resentment and anger, because I am now free. I'm creating a new life for myself. And obviously, I'm on the right path because I keep getting blessings. I've stepped into a new beginning where my freedom is the main point. Okay? Walked away while still healing took great strength, but it's worth it in the end. I choose now my peace over chaos, even when it's hard. I choose dignity over begging, and stopped waiting for anyone. Done. Right? I've stopped waiting for anyone to become someone they promised to be, and finally started becoming someone I could be proud of. Now, no longer live in survival mode. I no longer live in survival mode. That's hard. I can guarantee I taught him a lesson in humility simply by walking away and choosing my peace and dignity. Who says I can't be self-sufficient, independent, but most importantly, happy without him? He understands that I don't need him, expecting me to fall apart, wait, go back, break, chase. But instead, I said, fuck that. I reclaimed my power, taught him that he is not invincible, and his actions do have consequences. The universe showed me he was the wrong person, and I was on the wrong path. Lead by faith, not by sight. I love you all. God bless.